Oh, my camera died. Great start, Jake. Let's get it going again. Come on. Hang on, camera died. There we go. Camera's working. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? I know. It's not great, is it? Get your mental health chat in the chat below, though. I know the calls are not going to be great. What can I talk about? Oh, the weather. Nothing's happened today. Nothing important. Eden, mate, hope you're well. Absolutely good about Baz. How do we get something I don't know. For years, I've been saying we need to find a replacement, and we never really have done. I mean, they'd hurt you enough. Point deduction owner's now gone. Now they're hurting you. Yep, Charlie. I think a lot of it at the minute is a little bit the case of the admin are now doing admin stuff. We're in administration. The whole rules of admin is that you have to make sure you've got money for if the takeover doesn't happen. And it's like, if something comes in, they have to consider it, kind of thing. Sadly. Apparently Radio Sheffield had it saying that apparently it was something that Bannon didn't like from the new owners or something, but we don't know what that actually is. Absolutely gutted. I know players come and go, but this one feels like a night to heart we have endured because of one person. I agree. Use your 3D printer to create a new Barry Bannon. It's not a bad idea. Baz, you're to legends, you shall be missed. Yep. Evening, mate. How you doing so far? Evening, legends. Jack and Jake and chat. Evening, all. Hope you're well. I can't just swallow in self-pity because I'm just heartbroken. I was an 8 today until I heard the news about Baz. I'm now about 4. I think we're all about there. I'm about 4 or 5 today. It's one of them where admin can't give him a new contract because we're in administration. And I just had that feeling where I don't know if they're like checking what the roadmap looks like for money if the takeover doesn't happen and going, right, we don't have cash here, here, and here. Yet they've been given the deposit and the checks are still going. You've got to think of this like a house. A house checks when you do it is about 12 weeks. We're on week 3, roughly. If you go that they only got it the first week of January. Hey up, Photograph by Steve. How you doing, mate? Hope you out free because of Baz. Yep. I think the thing is, you also look at it. It's a weird one, right? Any other time you see this happen to a club where they lose a player of 36, you go and they get a transfer. You go, oh, that's a good deal. Fair enough. Getting on. But Baz hasn't seemed to have slowed down. And with us having the problem we've got where we can't bring in players without begging or what, it makes it even harder to take because you're like, what next? What have we got next that we need to try and do? Because I'll be brutally honest, it's so hard to think of it. I almost feel like you've lost something you care about. To fair, just weird. So weird to tell you the truth. It's strange. It's gonna feel weird. And the thing is, this day was never gonna be easy. Like generally, this day was never ever going to be easy, right? It never was. It was never going to be easy. It was always going to be really hard to do. Hi Jake, hope you're good. Not far from when to get all the fine and Manchester City and get away. Sorry, it's all right, Stephen. We just found out that Barry Bannon is going to Millwall, so we're losing Barry Bannon now. Well, so season just buggered. Camera still fecked, is it? Let's have a look. What is going on with my camera? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll try again. That should keep doing that. Hang on. Why is that crashing? That ain't good. I'll keep an eye on that, and I can't use my mouse on that screen. I'm going to keep an eye on that. If that keeps happening, I will change cameras again. It shouldn't be crashing at all. So we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you for telling me, chat. Weird. Very, very weird. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. It shouldn't keep doing that. Everyone okay, bar in the news? Not going to speak on it. Let's just say my love for the club is waning. I think the love for the club is waning on a lot of people, actually, to be fair. You printed your logo yet? It getting done at the weekend because I had to get some filament. I was missing a bit of filament for the right colour. It's getting done this weekend, but I think it's going to take, it said it was going to take about 7 to 8 hours, so I need to really dial it in. But it's necked on the list of stuff that I want to happen, which is good. Sheffield Wednesday have posted something about Sheffield Wednesday posted the Bristol City tomorrow game stuff. End of an era. It really is an end of an era, isn't it? 61 chickens. I think it's one of those things where we all knew this day would come, and we were all hoping it was going to be a goodbye on the pitch. Everyone could like clap him off and do it that way. And the fact that it's happened that he got clapped off at a game against Birmingham without a full house being there makes you go, oh, that's even worse. It's like when we have players leaving the path and they never got the proper send off. You just think about how some of these players just never got it. You think of Lee Gregory. Lee Gregory never got the send off he should have had. It was just like a little thing. It wasn't the send off he should have had. He should have had something better. And I think we were all hoping for something at the end of the season or something. They will do something where he comes back. Genuinely, they will do something where he comes back and it's a Barry Bannon day, or when Barry Bannon goes, I want to get my testimonial done. It's like, right, I'm getting it done here. My camera froze again. Right, we're changing. I don't know why my camera's freezing. Give me a minute. This is doing me head in. Why is my camera so decided to freeze? Hang on. This is a real joke. Technical problems. I have no idea what's going on with this tonight. Never done this many times before. Elgato fake cam. Are you going to work? Hang on. There you go. I have no idea what's going on with my camera again. That is like the second or third time it's done it tonight. And that's concerning. We'll have a look at that tomorrow. But yeah, I'll look at that tomorrow. Why is it crashing? God knows. But yeah, I don't know why it crashed again. I'm going to look into that. Sorry about that, guys. I wonder if my camera link's dying. Would you prefer it? Yes, I kind of would have done. Especially then you would be able to, like, he would be able to go off at the same time and have, like, Palmer would be able to be there clapping off. Windass would be there as well. I like it. It's a shit day all over. Bag going, camera crashing. Meant to have my girls at the parents' weekend, but due to the cutters, I have to see them on Wrexham now. What shit weekend. I think you look back at it, it's obviously Karloff managed Barry for 2 years and saw something in him. That's something needed to prove and keep it. Yep, camera crashed. I don't know why it crashed. It do me head in. Would you prefer, read that. Hello, can't be out. How you doing, mate? I hope you well. Cameron's annoyed that Baz is leaving. Yeah, we're all annoyed that Baz is leaving, but it's one of them. Yeah, it could probably just about cope with Baz leaving, given a certain, but the roughness of it seems so wrong. Yeah, apparently Radio Sheffield has said, apparently what got said on Radio Sheffield is this. Where is it? On radio now that Baz had talked to admin and wannabe new owners, and he's not happy about what they had to say about their future plans and stuff. So we don't know. We don't know, kind of thing. Is it a sale though? That thing, if it's a sale, then fantastic. You kind of go if it's a sale. It's not fantastic because we're losing Barry Bannon, but at least we get something for him. At the minute, all we know is that he's potentially going, and it's not great. My mate who's a Leeds fan say he feels sorry for Baz leaving. So it felt like when Bielsa left all over. Kind of get that. I kind of get that. Yeah, I get your point. It's like, I think if we get something for him, it'd be nice, but we don't know. I can't see them not getting him something for him, if that makes sense. Hey, Daniel, how you doing, mate? I'm glad this kind of broke today and not broke Wednesday kind of thing. But it's one of them when you look at what Baz has done for the club and how often he stayed. For me, how often he stayed when he could have quite easily left 10 times over and gone elsewhere. It just says a lot about the man and what he was wanting to do and how he wanted to play for the club and retire here. I know it will not be a lot for Baz. No, can see him make it. I can and I can't. I can see him make a statement to go, this is why we've done it or whatever. But I can also see them going, this is what kind of happens a little bit. So it's one of them. It generally one of them. Where I never really get it, if that makes sense. If you know what I mean. It's always that difficult one for me. Where they can turn around and say, hey, this is just what happened in admin. If you look at everything that's happened in if you look at everything that's happened in every club that's had administration, Derby, Wigan, the likes, two that I can remember off the top of my head, they've gone to January and they've had to sell players. They've had to sell players to keep things going just in case something doesn't happen. Now, it's not a fire sale or stuff, but it does show you that it's time. This will be the first time in Sheffield Wednesday history in the last 10 years since a post-Chancery era where we will have a legitimate proper rebuild, if that makes sense. Sounds as he's been forced to move. He wouldn't leave on his own unless he'd heard something about his future and not do his liking. Just see that flicker then. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, same. I've got to tell you, Jay, I'm not a huge fan of the EFL and how they run things, especially for a club that's in administration trying to get new ownership. No, I hate the EFL. I hate the EFL with passion. He could have jumped shit with the rest of them, but they went weak with no pay and even took a pay cut. Something untoward is coming. I don't know if it's something untoward, but I do get that sentiment. I do understand that sentiment. There's obviously something he didn't like in those conversations, but at the same time, we've been saying for years we need to learn how to play with Barry Bannon. And now we're going to have to learn how to play with Barry Bannon for about 4 months. As daft as this sounds, if they already have to learn to play without him now, it's one of them. I wish Baz all the best and thank you. Yep, I agree. No, I agree 100%, mate. 100% agree with that. Completely agree with that. It's just a shame, innit? I think it's that thing for me is that the timing crap we could have done with it being at the end of the season, not in the middle. If Palmer next, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder because it could be Palmer, but I don't know. Football is just so corrupt, mate. That it's not about families. It's just it's all about money now. It's all about money. When you're a player good as him, it's got to be absolute demand to go to every game knowing no matter what you do, it's a loss. Yeah. I suppose it marked the end of the tuna era, but this is where hard no business falls on your sentiment and good men like Baz and Henry get it in the neck. Yep, I agree. No, I agree. And we still got to play Millwall at Hill, but I agree. Yep. Can see the consortium using data and seeing Bannon's age said they'll be looking at younger players for the future. I kind of get that. I do get that one a lot, Paul. If you look at Dunfermline, they are one of the youngest squads in their league. Like, generally, they are one of the youngest squads in their league, so that makes sense if you're going down that route, if they want to go younger. Palmer, Liam Palmer will be captain after Saturday. There'll be no way of trying to take that off him. But I think it's one of them where you have to see what happens. And the thing is, I know people are saying fourth, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's not like you're trying to sell your house every week, and you're thinking about renting a flat when you get to a certain age where you can't go up and down stairs. Yeah, true. I think it's one of them. This one hurt more because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. For Barry Bannon to be one of the first player exits, let's call it that, says something. And I get the sentiment of people being a bit worried about what might be happening next with the new people. But at the same time, we don't know what's been said. The thing is, if he does well for Millwall and say he gets Millwall on a really good run and helps them in that midfield, where he doesn't have to do much running as well, that's the one thing Baz will get when he goes to. He may not need to run as much, but if he don't have to go too much running, he may get that World Cup run he wants. What happens if we can't finish the season? Knowing our luck, thrown out the league. Nah. Knowing our luck, we'll be thrown out the league. We all want the owner with a plan. This is a plan that's needed. Get big earners and aging player gone. Yes, Bannon is quality play, but we need to move on to the line on. Agree. Hi, Jay. Very, very worrying what's happened today. It would be great to get clarification of why this has happened. I reckon we'll get something either end of the window or maybe Henrik will let something slip in the press conference. Like a lot of people said who were in the media said he was very close to tears, Henrik, about what was going on. And I think the interview requests Baz is going to get at the end of the game on Saturday can be interesting. But I wonder if he's going to just do a kind of invite all media to something and just go, this is what I'm saying, this is how it is. Or there'll be a video package he goes and films. Whatever it is he does, we are gonna miss him. But if I take away the sentiment side of it, for years we've been needing to find a way to play without Barry Bannon, or find someone to be the next Barry Bannon, or someone to be at the side of Barry ready to replace him. For years we've been like, how much longer do we have with him? I think for me, it's just the way it's come about. The way it come about comes across as quite something not quite right. Because you got to remember, even if he wants a new contract, I don't think admin are allowed to give him a new deal. I think admin are only allowed to give 6-month deal. Culper in admin administration. I think the timing is just the kick in the ball that gets us. If we knew more about the new owner than Barry went, it would be more plausible. Yeah. I'm not going to lie that I've always got a favourite player that I've spent a long time at clubs like Sergio Aguero. I was really devastating when he was. Takeover happened before window ends and we signed Charles. Charles is in Shea Charles, I'm guessing you mean. that in a weird way, that would be really good. Can we forfeit the season now? Just take the 20-point deduction for season. Don't care about it. I think this is the thing. You're going to have a lot of situations now where people are not going to go now. They will not go now. I totally agree. We're completely relying on him. Been a huge level. I wish him all the best for the future. Thing is, I don't want him to go. None of us do. But this is the reality of administration. Say it before, I'll say it again. I cannot wait for the season to be over. It's been a horrible season to cover. It's been just horrible. I think the thing is, this is the reality of administration now. A club being in administration is seriously grim. And this is what happens. Fans on Twitter give up for the season, give away season tickets. I've seen people saying they're giving away the season tickets. Yeah, I have seen that. It's sadly, it is the problem you're in administration. The administrator people are here to look after creditors. It could 100% get worse. 100% get worse, but that's difficult. But the thing is, admin are here for creditors to get money for people who have owed money from DC. Like, I don't know if anyone saw the price of football thing, Kieran Maguire's thing. He had something put up about Chancery and basically saying where is it? The administrator Sheffield Limited 3, the company created by Sheffield went down to Chancery, have acquired Hill Bethanian, put an interim report. Disappointing, but not surprising that Chancery have put a claim of 53 million owed to him. The other main creditors are loaned from New Avenue project about 7.3, HMRC unpaid tax of 1.5, aiming to sell the stadium as a bundle with the football club, for which will be separate report in due course. Begners had charged themselves an average hourly rate of £542 per hour. It's estimate the total cost will be over 300k. But he wants 53 million as a kind of thing for himself. He won't get that. Just bear in mind, he will not get that, right? Kieran Maguire said he won't. Surely to do if he thinks he'll get 53 million. And as Kieran said, it shouldn't impact then, other than it potentially raises the minimum price the club has to be sold for to pay for unsecured creditors. Sheffield Wednesday 25p in the pound, and so it avoids the point penalty at the start of next season. He's having a laugh if he thinks he's getting 53 million for that. Bonjour, my friend. How are you? Players always liked beside Wednesday, aka Darius Lou, John Terry, James Roy, can name them all, play Premier League, always admire. I blame the EFL. You must have fun to finance your club. As soon as we sell players, EFL will probably ratify a takeover, and they want to do. I bloody hate the EFL. Chancery mistakes are still effing us up right now. Unfortunately, could have ripple effects on the rest of our squad. We could see more. We could 100% see more leave. 100%. You gotta think, if Baz has had this, what is the next question to other people? Like, what do you go to a Valerie who goes, hey, we're going to leave one, I've got a year left on my deal, I might want to jump, by the way. Or it's gonna be very hard to see what happens. Like, sounds laugh, but do you think we should have folded and start again at the three lower leagues? No, I don't. Because there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to start again properly. As long as Chancery have no more stay on our club, I'll take everything that comes. I think a lot of people will like that. It's one of those things where even when this is going really, really shite, we have to try and stick together. Like, generally, we have to try and stick together and not go at each other. But this is the reality of admin. Go speak to Derby fans. Go speak to Wigan fans. Go speak to Morecambe fans who had it that they didn't have any players. And then they had to sign a load on like month-to-month rolling contracts. This is the reality of admin. And whatever's happened between that phone call or that conversation with admin to Baz, it says a lot. It's weird. I'll be honest with you. Can I just make a also thing? Administrators by law work only in the interest of creditors. Literally everything has to be for sale if it provides value to creditors. 150k plus saved in wages is a small transfer fee, is a dead deal that they have no choice to make. This is the bit people are forgetting. Administrators, by law, have to sell if there's something there to sell. Chancellor doesn't deserve a penny, really wiped us out. Player going millions needed to refurb Hill, not a good time to be an owl supporter. Oh, no, he didn't help us at all. He doesn't deserve a penny. He shouldn't get anything. But he's going to, because that's the law, sadly. But the thing is, we've seen this happen to other clubs where they've had things ripped out. And for us, it's hard. Oh, we're all bored of it. We're all bored of it. We just want new ownership now. We want a new era to try and do stuff, but it's not there. It's not there at all. You see what I mean? It's not there. We don't have that to look forward to yet, because we don't know where it is. I reckon, realistically, they're probably 3-4 weeks out of doing all the checks. And I don't think they're anywhere close to being done yet. Like, I think there's a football independent regulator thing where you've got to have 5 years of income coming in, which, I'll be honest, was news to me. Wouldn't beat to most Derby fans. They're laughing at us, waiting for to die. So Derby, to die. So hate Derby County. Forest felt better. Q door, yeah, Q door to suddenly walk in. Let's see if this works again. I think I may have fixed my camera. We'll soon find out. Good camera. Are you fixed? But if one of them, it's hard to take at the minute. And I'll be brutally honest, doing content on the club is bloody soul depressing at the minute when things like this happen. And it was always going to be a tough season. The moment we went into admin, it was always going to be tough. There were always going to be people having to start sniffing around and get people in. Is it just Barry was the heart of our club and he went through and through? Good luck for. I think it was, but I'll be brutally honest. I'm gonna be interested to see what Wednesday players do when they know they can't pass it to Barry to get it forward, or who's gonna step up. Where are we gonna see that kind of step up there? It's a lot for young players who would have come through and seen Barry Bannon as he's the main guy. That's who you look up to. That's how you be a modern like pro, be here, stay here kind of job. Good to see Bannon part of the Wednesday thing group now. Yep. Thank you, mate. Much appreciate that night. It's been a grind. It's been a grind, but I will keep doing it. Like I said in the summer, I will still keep doing this while everything's going on. I like making content about the club. Even when in the good or bad times, I like making content on the club. I always had them. I do feel for you doing stuff, mate. It all seems to be doom and gloom. It will be, but we've had doom and gloom before, and we've had a bit of good time when we came up from League One and got close to the Championship playoff finals and stuff like that. So we just got to keep it going. Hello, Isles. Who do you play tonight? We play Bristol City, which will be Barry Bannon's last game, apparently, for us. It looks like he's off to Millwall. So we're about to lose him for... Yeah. And you also got to think of this from a Barry Bannon point of view. He is 36, and if a club like Millwall are going to give him a 2-year deal, you snap their hands off at it. I'm holding on to that. I'm in the same boat with you. I'm holding on to that will come back. But it's not going to happen overnight. I think people need to realistically realise we might need a season in League One before we come back up. Generally, we might need a season in League One before we come back up. I'd like to do it straight away and not being there any longer, but it's all about stability. Hopefully things will get better after, and be patient. Just fan giving a good send off. Yeah, being Al right now is like being Doctor Who, just as he regenerates. Yeah, very much so. I think he's also got the other thing as well, that he will be back. He loved the club. I can see him being part of the same. Hopefully they have deep pockets and a good summer transfer window. I agree. We need to. It'll take 2 seasons of rebuilding League One right now. I reckon it will. I reckon that's about right. 2 seasons, League One would make a lot of sense. But it'll be the first ever rebuild. What's Dunfermline play Hibs and they look well organised team. Don't think any of their players are over. They're not. They're one of the younger teams in the league. Chanteri put money in though. Poor player recruitment is not his fault. Wasted loads on lights like Ubbo. He got kids like Windass does. Unfortunately, they have to come first. Second, $7,000 ain't paying bills and kid stuff like food. I think it's the other thing as well, though, mate. I think there's a. If you look at Dunfermline as the example, they like to go with a younger model. There was a really good article by The Guardian today, which we've already, it was already telling stuff we already know. But it was very much saying that we're kind of going to be the next Brighton in the way they recruit stuff. In all of this, no, you have to admire the job Henrik's done, regardless of how many must be feeling like really what it is thing. Could he just think sod this and go? I could see it. You could see him turning around saying go, but I think he's all in. I generally think he's all in for his players. I think he's already seen that somebody already deserved them. Excuse me. I don't think he'd do it again. Generally, I wouldn't. I think you have to look at what happened next, right? Would the EFL let alone a manager? That is a good question. I don't want to tempt it. I'll be brutally honest. I do not want to tempt it. Yeah, I can't come soon enough. Bring on Stevenage. His last interview, he looked absolutely done in, didn't he? He looked absolutely done in. So here's the thing. So board's activity done for went to Vancouver that bet the investment in young players, driven by data analysis, underpinned by respect of football knowledge and experience. Dunfermline have one of the youngest squads in Goose Championship. Lennon's on a short-term deal last month. He got a 2-year deal in the summer. Board is visible at his silent presence as he regularly attending matches. Lennon's side are pushing for playoff. Board shows no interest in taking credit for Dunfermline's improvement fortune and never giving interviews or getting involved with the Scottish football politics, which is interesting. Something I kind of like. He bought. He's a very serious guy, not to be undermeasured as a poker player who's taking a pump. He's been very quiet and respectful throughout the winter process, but his real money will be done on talking on the pitch. Ultimately, his ambition is to grow the clubs and ultimately make money via player trading. He's a mini Tony Bloom. If you don't know who Tony Bloom is the Brighton chairman, kind of thing. So it's interesting with that. He's actually worked for Bloom's rival at Brentford as well, Matthew Brentford, before investing himself into poker. So he's worked with two of the big names you hear in this. Bannon was on talk once for saying that money wasn't an issue for him. I don't blame him for leaving for Milner. I don't think it's money. I think it's a mixture of what playtime he'll get next year. Can we offer him a contract? The thing is, if he gets 2 years at Millwall, it's a cracking deal for him. It's going to be we cannot fulfill our gains soon. The lads are not knackered. I agree. I agree. I agree with that. They are knackered. I just think when we get to the point where we go, we can't fulfill fixtures, the FL will go, oh, have all these players. We'll like to emulate Brighton, be very good. I agree. Next manager will be a laptop hooked up to Chat GPT. You got some RAM for it. Lennon Tilbury will get us out of League One. What about Gerald Seabon, a gaffer? A mad one I had the other day of gaffer, and it will go into that like kind of weird thing with Benito Carboni. For the youth manager, I think he's doing Inter's under 21s. Neil Lennon is a horrible tosser. I'm not a fan of Neil Lennon, won't lie. People say, but Balls plays at Sheffield United was shit, but how do we know Ball screwed them over on perfectly new to get us? I don't think you screw it over. I think it's less of a case of screwing over. I'll say it's less of a case of screwing. Who's at Leeds? Carboni was given the opportunity to rebuild Leeds Academy. I did not know he was at Leeds. Okay, I did not know he was at Leeds. I like Roa. Liam Manning's already got a job, mate. Also, he'd gone to Huddersfield. Manning's already gone there. We really lost him. Happy under director. Happy to say transfers high press style. Board didn't. Their own board did that. Yep. Do you think KS is a Premier League manager? Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you. There's definitely something wrong with this then. I will have a look at this tonight. There's something going on that's freezing that. I wonder if there's an update. Thank you guys for telling me. I don't know why it's freezing tonight. That is really fucking annoying. Like it not going past a certain time and then dying. Yeah, I'll have to go to the backup camera, but it is what it is. The Gremlin reveal. I feel the EFL has not been very helpful for us. Football Players Association have not helped either. I think the PFA are trying to help and it's just not getting there. Gremlins. Is Steve on my assistant Holland team? Is he? Turn it on back on again. I've just gone for the other camera again. It did it earlier. I don't get why. It's weird. I'm going to have a look. I wonder if there's an update in one of the software that I use. It just having a go with it. I'm going to read something and take it up what it is. It's out top, but I think it's quite an interesting bit. When we first entered the administration, there was a rallying call to come together to get behind the club. But now coming towards the end of January with administration still, I still think it finally dawned on people how grim administration is. The last-ditch resurgent failed business that is in big trouble. We have a potential buyer, preferred bidder being checked, vetted and suitable to own the club. And it taking time. I think most important to remember, most administrations of football clubs take at least 5 to 6 months. We're in the position where we have to offload players to cover costs while it takes place. The reality of administration is here. A club being in administration is serious, grim, and take time to sort out. It's not a happy valley where we get to keep our players, reduce ticket price, have a right knees up, sadly. It's the opposite. But we need to stay strong, keep our head up, keep each other's spirits up, and get through this one way or another. The light is at the end of the tunnel has to go down to get to it. It's much easier process as a positive, and we can allow anyone to make us feel anxious, worried, panicked, or by posting conspiracy made up nonsense designed to worry us. We'll be okay eventually, but now, yeah, it's grim. I think that's a kind of good way of putting it. We can get Danny Roll back when Rangers attack him. EFL want us to be competitive, but kids are being knackered. You got to remember, some of these kids are also playing, right? They are still playing their academy games as well as the Wednesday games. 7 wins. Danny was good. Danny was a good manager. Is a good manager. It's just the whole situation with Sheffield Wednesday with the straw that broke the camel's back. But I think Danny saw this coming, and you can tell. Danny saw this coming a mile off. That we get Danny back now. According to that, then it's the end of the season then. Yeah, kind of would be. But that, you would say season's done. And I think we already know the season's done. I think as a team and as a fan base, as daft as this is going to sound, and it may not even bloody happen, I will celebrate if Sheffield Wednesday get onto 0 points. I will celebrate if Sheffield Wednesday get a point. Like, generally, I will. Not really a hard league. They've got only 2 real good teams in Rangers, Celtic, Red Dart now and there. They're not, but they're building it from the Championship. They're coming from the Championship to get back up there. And the thing is, if you can get yourself being in the Scottish Premiership for a while, you can make some good money. I can't stand the FL with their abusive power. They have no care about players or clubs, not fit per se. Never have been at all. True. Same here. I will celebrate if we get a goal. Yeah. I'd be happy with a goal at a minute. Yeah. I'd be happy with a goal at a minute. A win would be great. Yep. So go on. Let's touch ourselves some more then. Let's have a look what games we've got coming up where we won't have Barry Bannon. So let's have a look. Wrexham, Blackburn, Swansea. Barry comes back potentially 14th of Feb. Sheffield Derby. Norwich. So we're still going to face Harry and Matt again. Southampton, Derby. Derby or Sheffield United could be the game where we are officially relegated. We'd be officially relegated in March. Watford, Ipswich, Hull, Stoke, Leicester, Coventry. You know what the annoying thing is? It's the first time in so long we've had a season end at home. It's the first season we've had that ends at home. And we'll be going down. We have to look forward to the fresh start of the season. The summer could be a very interesting one considering what we're having to go through and build again. I just think people are going to have to be patient. You reckon the Pigs are coming down with us? Have a look. Where are they in the league? I haven't checked really. I've been a bit wayward to check the table. I know we're bottom, so it's like, what's the point? 17th. Then I will say, not worried about not having bad for the Blaze. He's gone missing the last 3. True he has. I hope Bannon goes tomorrow and fancy his name. Oh, to be fair, mate, they are going to sing his name no matter what. Tomorrow, like I said in the video about Barry Bannon, we should be singing his name from start to finish as a fan base. Singing his name even when he's going off the pitch. And it's going to be emotional. It's going to be very, very emotional. For the first time supporting Sheffield Wednesday 30 years, I think I'm done with football. Barry Bannon going in the final coffin. Keeps just getting worse. It's the reality of administration, sadly. The reality is admin have to do what's right for the creditors. I don't know how I can say it. Lotta Saints the other day and got Ipswich net. Ipswich, by the way, have made a cracking signing, I think. I think they signed that image from Bristol City. Or it's the other way around. Which way around it? Hang on. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Let's have a look. News. There you go. Anis Mehait has gone to... where's he gone? I'm sure it was Ipswich. Yeah, he gone to Ipswich. There you go. All right. Data-driven signings at Ipswich. Exactly. What is that, John? What are they wanting to do with Wednesday by the looks of it? Data-driven signings. The thing is, people go, this data stuff doesn't work. It does, but it got to be done in the same way of having that's your scouts, that's your data. It got to be entwined. Would you retire the 10 shirt? Potentially. Look on the bright side, we should win more games in Division 1. Good evening, mate. Would you have Darren Moore back? I would never have anyone back that man had done before. I am very adamant on that you do not rehire managers. I get why people want him back, but the second time in sometimes never better. Put it that way. Don't get me wrong, I like Darren Moore. I like what he was trying to do and his approach. But I'm very much of the opinion you don't. There's a reason why managers go. Granted, the one for Darren Moore was a little bit more a bad way to go, but I'm always the kind of like, don't ever go back. A win for Bath will be a good send-off. Yep, it would. We were formed in 1867, great seeing shut downs, and it took that fella to ruin the whole club in 10 years. Yep. I would not. Damn, all under good owners and deep pocket could do a shift. True. Derby versus West Brom tonight. I think I might watch that, actually. Just to try and have something to take your mind off it. Oh, what are the games tomorrow? The Liverpool-Bournemouth is the late game. In the Prem, Championship, Middlesbrough, Preston, Millwall, Charlton. Yeah. I think the worst part is just going to be seeing Barry Bannon in a Millwall shirt. It just feels and looks odd already. It just don't feel right. I'll be interested to know how Millwall fans feel about getting him. Generally, I'd be interested to know what Millwall fans feel about getting him and how they feel about him coming to Sheffield Wednesday. I'll be very intrigued to see how they feel about it, how they want him. Does that make sense? I'm going to get my tea now. Thank you, Andrew. Much appreciated. Have a good one, mate. Try and keep our chins up. I hope you and all the went to kill a good weekend. Best let we get a win tomorrow. True. Yep. If you could get 3 players back next season, who would be Windass, Kasama, Pato? Kasama, Pato. I've said Deli Bashir, but it wouldn't happen. There will be a lot of fans. A lot of fans will already have made their decision. A lot of fans will already have made their decision, mate, to walk away. But you've got to try and stick with it. Thing is, Dave Richards did before DC. He the first that took down. We got saved by millions. Not all DC doing. Yep. Arsenal, Man United Sunday, mate. Baz in another shirt will look well weird. Oh, it is Arsenal, Man United Sunday, isn't it? That'll be a good game to watch. It's hard. I think it's hard just to take because we are so bloody used to seeing Baz in a Wednesday shirt. But I hope this has been a bit of therapeutic for people tonight. I am very pissed off with my camera. I don't know why it keeps crashing. So that's going to have to get investigated over the weekend. Like, that is like neck level annoying. So I'll fix that. But guys, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. If anything breaks, I'll let you know. But it will get worse before it gets better. By the way, that's the 3D printed sign I did. Not that bad. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better. And this is more of the worst before it gets better. On the other side, can a 37-year-old play high tempo attacking football next year? No remote. No. Remove the remove the emotion center. Business. Oh yeah, it's definitely a business decision. I completely get it. As a business decision, it makes a lot of sense. Generally, it makes a lot of sense as a business decision. And as a business decision, if we get some money for it, it makes a lot more sense. Like, genuinely, but it is what it is. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will speak to you tomorrow. We'll have preview. We've done preview even. We'll have the team sheet on shorts where we say it. There'll be a review, and I will try and do a Monday night debrief where we can go over it and stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later. Where's the outro button?